Hi, friends out there. My name is Jeremy Hilliker from Schenectady, New York, and I want to talk about disability, low-income housing, etc., etc., etc. So, all these politicians do is they lie, they deny you, and they kick you while you're down and everything. Red, blue, whatever. They all are against each other. They all spread hate. They all spread violence. Nobody is for the American people, okay? So, like me, for instance, been battling disability for 2 years now because I lost my job in 2023 from a company I started working for in 2013. Uh, and so they released me because I got diagnosed with a neurological brain disease and an eye condition called nystagmus and everything that causes bad vertigo, headaches, nauseousness, unsteadiness, imbalance on my feet. I can't drive no more, etc., etc., etc. For 2 years, I've been battling disability. I was denied in October because I was collecting unemployment at the time. I appealed in October. Here it is, 7 months later, 8 months later. I'm still waiting for my appeal results and everything, which is ridiculous when I really need help. I have $0. New York State Disability Social Services, they won't help me out. Catholic Charities won't help me out. I owe $1,654 to National Grid. I can't get heat. They're closed. They told me that they can give me a loan that I got to pay back, but I have $0, guys, zero income. So, why is it that when all these states and all these cities and everything have billions of dollars from taxes, from housing taxes, land taxes, your paycheck taxes, taxes this, taxes that, and everything. But when you file your taxes, you don't get every dime back you pay for, okay, which is ridiculous, okay? But they got all these billions of dollars for infrastructure, for roads, bridges, and everything, but they don't maintain the bridges. They're not building new bridges. They're not building new roads. All they do is use asphalt to fill in the potholes here, and that's it. And half the roads are still bad. So if they got all these billions of dollars and they're not using it for what they're supposed to use it, why can't they use it for low income people that really desperately need help, like me and you out there that are struggling to pay rent, utilities, food, etc., etc., etc. There's so many rundown, vacant apartment buildings in New York State and everything, but all they do is auction them off and then they sit or whatnot or they tear them down. So why can't they fix them up and run them out to low income housing families out there that are desperate for a place to live, to raise their kids and everything and whatnot, guys. Um, Here they rent out one bedrooms in low income housing for $1,000. Nobody can afford $1,000 plus utilities and food and everything else on it, especially if they have no income or if they're on SSI. Social Security only pays $700 to $1,000 a month, and that's it. Disability only pays $1,100 to $2,300 or whatever a month, guys. Um, and so I don't think it's right. I think there needs to be a law to this, guys. We can have low affordable income housing for people out there that are really struggling. I say if you make less than 60,000, 80,000, less than $100,000 a year, you should be entitled to some kind of government help, whether it's to pay for food, utilities or whatnot, because utilities are ridiculous, guys. Utilities, they just keep increasing utilities all the time, guys. Um, my delivery charge is more than what I use a month in utilities. How is that fair? How is that right? There needs to be a cap to this. Utilities is just they already get billions of dollars from everybody out there. I'm on the verge of having mine turned off because I can't pay the bill, and I can't get help from Schenectady County for it, guys. Which I reached out to Schenectady County Social Services. I reached out to Catholic Charities. I can't get help. We need to change the laws. Why is it I've been battling disability for 2 years and I'm still waiting for my appeal and everything when my denial letter says that I was strictly denied because I was collecting unemployment at the time? Yeah, I was collecting unemployment because my job fired me, but they told unemployment after a year that I quit when I got documents and everything else, emails back and forth from my job where I requested work accommodations, and they fired me. They released me because I couldn't get physically cleared to go back to work. Now, this is a company I worked for since 2013, got fired in 2023, November with. So I paid in a long-term disability. I paid into the extra long-term disability to get 75% of it. Here it is, 2 years later, I got $0 from my work disability, which is a bunch of garbage, guys. We need to change the laws to make things shorter wait times and everything because I'm out of savings. I have $0 in my savings account, guys. My bank account is negative $8 right now. So why is it when you need help, you can't get help, guys? Um, we need to change the law so that you can get help when you need it, guys, whether it's income, jobs for the disabled. We need to put law that states that jobs after that that they can't go back to jobs after a certain amount of time and everything. Get references from them and let them lie to your references now for a new job that you're applying for. Because me, I've been applying for jobs since October and I can't get a job. All the jobs I applied for deny me, deny me, deny me. So if my job told unemployment that I quit when they released me because I couldn't get medically cleared because they want to accommodate my doctor's work restrictions, what are they telling all these other jobs I applied for, guys? I got a medical assistant degree from Branford Hall Career Institute. I got a medical billing and coding degree that I just got June 16th of this year, guys, and I still can't get a job, guys. Can't get a job. I get denied all my jobs. I get denied help when I need it for utilities, whatever, guys. You know, it's ridiculous, guys. You need help. We all need help, guys. So it's time to stand up, make a change, make a stand, guys. I'm going to run for office, Congress, Senate, Governor, President, 2028, guys. Jeremy Hilliker, guys. Because we need to change the way things are run in this country, the states, and the Senate, guys. So, because everybody deserves help, guys. We all need to make it a fair playing game, guys. If you make over a certain amount of money, you need to pay more in taxes. Low income families are always getting screwed and always paying more in taxes and everything else, guys. We need Medicaid. My Medicaid just got caught thanks to this big, beautiful bill, guys. I got a text message saying I'm losing my Medicaid. And I have zero income. I can't afford my $737 for medications I'm on a month for my brain neurological disease now. Because they're requiring me to either have work requirements or volunteer work, which I can't work, guys. So, and since I ain't got my disability yet, guys, and everything, I'm screwed, guys. I lose everything. It's not right. It's not fair, guys. I pay taxes. I worked all my life since I was 16. I'm 40 now. I'll be 41 in July, guys. And it's not right to people like me that really need their Medicaid, food stamps, disability, help, money, income, guys. I don't get no help from Schenectady County except food stamps. It's the only thing I get. And, you know, the Medicaid until it gets cut. So that's the only help I've gotten in 2 years since my job released me, guys. So it's not right. It's not fair when I paid in all my disability and everything, and I can't have my disability when I need it, guys. You know, here I am. I can't pay my rent, $1,100. I can't pay my $1,654 utility bill, guys. Keep won't help me because they're closed. We need a little locate funding for people that need help like me and everybody else out there, low income, that are falling behind on bills. It's not right that utilities keeps going up and we don't cap them, guys. They already get billions of dollars from everybody out there. It's not fair that people pay more in delivery charges than what they use a month in utilities. Not only that, though, but when inflation goes up, regardless what it is, like rent, we need to cap rent, guys. This is ridiculous. You know, $1,000 for low-income housing is not affordable for people out there struggling that are raising families, whether you're married, single, and raising kids or whatnot, guys. You can't afford $1,000 plus another $300-400 a month on utilities, plus car payments, plus gas, plus food, and all this other stuff on $2,000 a month. I was making $516 a month. I was making a little over $2,200 a month. You figure I'm paying now $1,100 a month in rent, $384 in utilities. You know, I don't drive no more, so I'm not paying $100 a week anymore in gas. You know, I'm not paying car insurance of $128 no more. But when you pay all these bills, cell phone bills and everything else, you can't afford it, guys. And you don't get help when you need it. So we need to take all these millions of dollars that we got from taxes that we never get back anyways when we paid into our taxes. We should get every single dime back when you file, which needs to be a law, which I will make and vote and push through to get to be a law, that you get back every single dime that you paid for. You earned it, you worked for it, you deserve it. No more taxes on houses, guys, because if you own your property, you shouldn't have to pay taxes on it no more. It's a scam. Why are we paying taxes on something when you supposedly own a house? If you pay your mortgage off or you're paying a mortgage, you own that property. So why do you have to pay taxes on it? You pay school taxes even if you don't have kids in school, which should be null and void if you don't have kids in school. It's a bunch of garbage. You know, all these states and all these cities take billions of dollars from all these government from all these fundings and everything, but they're not using it for roads and bridges and infrastructures and everything else like they're saying that they do. They don't use it. We need to help the homeless people. We need to help out the less fortunate out there. The low income family, we need to help out. We need to make laws in place that if you make less than X amount of money and everything, depending on how many kids you have, you know, what state and everything else you live at and everything, what, you know, what you pay in rent and everything else, and then we can determine how much you should get in help for utilities and food and rent help and stuff like that. There's a state out there, I forgot what state it is, that gives everybody money. You know, $1,000 every month or every other couple of months. They get $1,000, which helps. Like when inflation goes up, your paycheck doesn't go up. So how can you live? You can't. You go more and more in debt and everything, and then you gotta sit and suffer with depression, anxiety, like myself and everything. Think about suicide a lot and everything because you get no help from anybody. I get no help from social services, no help from disability, no help from Catholic charities here in Schenectady County. I can't get a job, guys. You know, AIM, Center of Disability, ARC, Cascades, Land O'Lakes. You know, I've applied for production jobs, warehouse jobs, and everything. They all deny me when I have all these years of experience from 2013 to 2023, driving around a Crown Royal forklift, reading batch sheets, loading blenders, climbing blenders, cleaning blenders, trading material. I was the highest producer at my job and everything. I never once got promoted in 10 years that I worked there and everything. I turned down a better job working at Target Warehouse because my job promised me that they would finally promote me. Whenever they had hot batches that had to get done that day in an 8-hour shift and everything, I would pick my own co-worker to work with me in a room, tell my boss what I needed to get the job done, and I'd get the job done. No other shift could do it in 8 hours what I could do. There's people at my job now that do a quarter work than what I produced in 8 hours and everything that gotten promoted. I never once got promoted. I always was there early, stayed late, got the job done, and never got promoted. You know, which made me mad and angry and everything. And now that they told the unemployment that I quit when I was really released by them, which I had to provide all the proof to unemployment to prove to them that my job wouldn't accommodate my work requirements from my doctor and everything. So why are they telling these jobs? We need to make laws against this, guys, because me battling a neurological brain disease and the eye issue and everything, I can't get a job, guys. I keep getting denied, 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 denied. We need to make a law that states that these jobs need to tell you why you're denied. You know, we need to make it that if you're going for a job and everything, if you meet the qualifications and other candidates don't, that you should be able to get hired for it, guys, because we all need to live, we all need to work and everything, and it's not fair to us that work all these years and that don't get the help that we need, guys, that we can't get a job, you paid your dues, you did everything right and everything, and then jobs just stick it to you in the end. Not only that, though, but now we got politicians, presidents, governors, and everything that are sticking it to us. Nobody's standing up for you or me out there that's low income family and everything, struggling to make ends meet and everything, going behind on utilities or car payments or cell phone bills or whatever, guys, or you can't buy enough groceries to live and everything. You don't get the help that you deserve or need because the government now says, oh, well, you have to do work requirements or you have to do job training or volunteer work and everything. No. If you have kids and everything, you can't do all that stuff. It's literally physically impossible because now you got to pay somebody to babysit your kids or put them in daycare and everything. That's more money that you can't afford, guys. It's not right. It's not fair. We need somebody that has the heart, the soul, and the voice to stand up to these billionaire politicians and say enough is enough. It's time for me, you, stand up, unite. No matter what your party affiliation is or whatnot, we all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same color, guys. So we all need to unite, stand up, and take back America, guys. So that's going to be my slogan. Take back America, guys. I will be your voice. I will be your reason because I know what it's like to be down, out, disabled, poor, struggling to keep a roof over your head, struggling to pay your bills and everything else, and trying to survive. When inflation goes up, everything goes up. Utilities, rent, and everything goes up, but not your paycheck. So you can't live, guys. There's not enough food banks to help, guys. Not only that, though, but if you got all these rundown properties, you could fix them up and then rent them out to low housing income family for only a couple $100 a month, guys, and help them out with utilities, or only make them pay, $500, $600, $700 a month, and then help pay a portion of their utilities as long as they're working, and everything else like that and everything. You can help them, and they deserve the help, guys. So why can't we do that when you have all these rundown buildings? You can, guys. There'd be a lot less homeless people out there. There's a lot of good people out there that are struggling, that are on the streets and everything, because the government and everybody else don't want to help them, guys. It's not the illegals that's taking all the help, guys. It's your own American citizens, legal citizens, that are suffering, guys, and you're not helping them when you have all these billions of dollars in all your states and government and everything, guys. So why can't we help them out, guys? We need to help them out. We need to put a rent cap. We need to put a utility cap, guys. We need to put a cap on what all these companies charge us for all their products at the grocery stores, which is outrageous. Since I work for all these companies, Kellogg's, Nestle, Abbott, Centrum, Vitamin, Kind Bar, Welch's, Bolthouse Milk, etc., 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 I know how much it costs to make, 5, 8, 20, 30, 50,000 kilos of this product and everything, how much we sell the finished product to the companies for, and then they turn it around, and then they sell it off to the consumer and everything, and they rob you at the grocery stores, which should be a law against it, guys. So we need to cap everything, guys. So if you want me to be your voice, your reason, help out the low-income, poor American citizens. There's no middle income. You're either poor or you're rich. That's all that there is in this world anymore, guys. When I was growing up in the 80s and the 90s and everything, guys, you could get an apartment for $300, $400 a month, guys. I was making $6 an hour doing construction work. But I lived like a king, guys. I lived like a king. I had an apartment. I had a car. I lived like a king. Well, I was making a week in income, guys. So you could buy houses for $20,000, guys. There's no reason for houses to be $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. My old house that I lived in, guys, we bought back in 2003 for $28,000. So that's 22 years ago. Now it's almost $200,000, which is ridiculous. So in 22 years, that house jumped up to almost $200,000. It's ridiculous. There's no need for it, guys. So let's stand up. Let's take back America. If you can help, sign my petition, guys. We gotta get at least 50,000 signatures to get me on the ballot for anything in New York State to run for Senate, Assembly, Congress, Governor, President. That's just for New York State. We need 50,000 signatures, guys. So if you can help, please spread this video out. Spread the petition out there in the world, guys. Get me out there. I will be your voice. I will be your reason. I will help out every low-income American family out there, guys. And I will be for the working American family out there who's struggling to live, to pay rent, to pay utilities, to go after National Grid and all these other companies that are slaughtering us. I will go after your work. Everybody, guys. I will go after everybody to make sure that we are treated fairly for once in this life, guys, and in this world. Because Donald Trump's not helping us. Our senators, our Republicans, Democrats, Republicans, Congress members, governors, nobody's helping us, guys. Because everybody's too scared to speak up because they're going to get backlash and everything else and get hate crimes against them, death threats against them and everything. But not me. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I will be your voice because, like I said, I know what it's like to be poor, struggle, and everything else to make ends meet, guys. So we need change. So let's take back America, guys. Share this video all around. Help me get known global, worldwide. ABC, Fox, CBS. If anybody, journalists out there want to do an interview with a real American who wants to bring real change to America, Schenectady, New York, and around the world and everything, reach out to me by email, jtcross2007 at gmail.com. That's jtcross2007 at gmail.com. And reach out to me. I will be more than happy to do an interview with anybody out there. I will tell you why I'm the best pick for everything, for Congress, Senate, Assembly, Governor, President, and why we need real change, guys, because none of these politicians, billionaires, and everybody else, they're not helping us. They all keep screwing us. Republicans, Democrats, when they get in office, all they do is to undo what the other person did, whether it was good for you or bad for you. So, because they just want to undo everything that the other party did. Nobody works together anymore, guys. There's no compromising. There's no collaborating. You know, we're all supposed to be for the American people. So why do we fight with each other? I don't know, guys. I'm sick and tired of this red versus blue and everybody else crime and everything, guys. So I'm not a socialist. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not an independent. I'm just a regular American, 100% full-blooded American, born and raised in New York State, upstate New York, Schenectady, New York. And I am for everybody, whether you're white, you're black, you're Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, whatever, pink, purple, black. I am for the American people because I know what it's like to be poor, kicked while you're down and everything, and not getting the help that you deserve out there. And I'm sick and tired of being kicked in the butt and screwed over by all these politicians. So I'm letting my voice be heard to everybody out there in the world by social media. Vote for me. Let's take back America. Jeremy Hilliker. Please sign the petition. Please share this video. Get it out there. Get it known, guys. I'm coming to take back America for the American people for once. God bless everybody out there. And I hope things get better for everybody out there, and that soon we all can get back to a normal America and pay cheap gas prices, cheap food, cheap rent, and everybody can have the American dream of providing for your family, having a house, not having to worry about health care, guys, not having to worry about retirement funds, you know, because everybody gets screwed by all the politicians that we have now, because nobody has the guts to stand up to them and say, enough is enough. What about me? We need change. So take back America. Vote for me and please sign the petition, guys. Any questions? Email me. I will answer them in a YouTube video. I will post it on Facebook. I will post it on Twitter, guys. And like I said, if any media news company or any journalists out there want to reach out to me, I will give you the dirt. 100% truth, because I am a poor American person and I am speaking for all Americans out there. So God bless and take back America. Let's bring back change. Let's make everybody great, not just one person.